Good morning, tubers. How you all doing out there? So I have been playing Paragon now for about the past week and a half, 2 weeks, and I am absolutely in love with this game. If you have not picked up this game yet, why not? It is the best thing out there at the minute, I would say. I dropped £15 on this one to get into the early access, and it is by far the best £15 I've spent on a game in absolutely ages. So, without further ado, this video is all about the card system in it. Now, this is just a general card upgrading and just card system video guide. I'm not going to go into depth about how to build certain characters. That is going to be done in different videos that I'm going to be producing in the next few weeks. So, to begin with, how do you pick up cards? Cards are picked up either through games, leveling up your character, or through the store. The store uses what's called the reputation. This is the currency, the in-game currency. And you can do this by going obviously onto the store, then going onto the card packed bit, and these are all your cards here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to just pick up a weekly pack of those, and then I'm also going to pick up just a couple of Fury cards. Now the cards are split down into 5 different categories, also with a universal category as well. The universal ones are the cards that can be used by every single hero in the game. However, the 5 certain categories of cards are Order, Corruption, Fury, Growth and Intellect, obviously all indicated by a different colour. Your heroes can only use certain ones. To find out what ones they can use, what you need to do is come onto your heroes page under your profile and then just have a look through and just see what actual things come up with them. Greystone at the minute is my main character, so with him I can use universal cards, Fury cards or Order cards, so they're the ones that I've been focusing on picking up. My other character, however, Sparrow, which is all the way down here, she uses Growth and Order, so obviously the growth cards that I pick up can only be used on Sparrow in terms of the characters I'm using at the minute. Fury cards I can only use on Greystone. Very simple system, but that's something to be aware of when you are actually buying cards or finding cards after matches. Only certain characters can use certain cards. Other than universal cards, they can be used by everyone. So going now into profile and then cards, we're going to open... sorry, my bad. Into overview, sorry. This is where you open your card packs. Card packs, again, are either one after a game or bought in the store. So let's see what we pick up, shall we? So this is our first Fury card. That's not a bad one. So Fury cards are all red, as I've previously said. Now, with cards, they'll have 1 or 2 attributes usually. Attack speed, cooldown reduction, physical power, energy, power, energy penetration, physical penetration. There's loads and loads of different ones out there, so just be aware of what the actual stats on them are. One thing you also really need to be aware of though is the upgrade bonus. So once you upgrade 3 times on a card, it will sometimes give you an upgraded bonus. With this one, as you can see, is another 2.5% cooldown reduction, which is a fairly big whack of cooldown reduction. But to get that, I need to actually unlock 3 unlocks on the card, which I'll show you in just a second. So going back into our open packs, I'm just going to open up my weeklies. So there are all the weekly gems there. So there's the Order. I can use that on both Sparrow and Greystone, as it's an Order card. Intellect I can't use on either, unfortunately, but I haven't actually started playing a caster character yet, so I'm really actually starting to build up these Intellect cards, which is good. And I've just got a universal passive token there, which is actually not a bad one at all. So as you can see, this is a rare passive and this is an uncommon. There seems to be the only rarities in the game for the cards at the minute is just a standard card. Then you've got your green uncommons and your blue rares. They don't really seem to make much of a difference in terms of anything at the minute. I don't know if that's going to change in the future. So, coming back into the cards, what I want to do now is actually just have a look through, see what I think is going to be the best, and then I want to start actually dishing them out to my heroes. Again, this is not going to be a hero character guide. This is just a general character card building guide. So all the grade cards are the ones I haven't found yet. All the ones that are actually lit up, however, are the cards that I have in my possession. So I can just have a good look through and see what I've got. I can also then click it and it will tell me who they're actually recommended for, as well as bringing up all the actual details a little bit clearer than just highlighting it. So from here, to actually start building up your character decks, you need to go onto decks and then choose an empty slot here. You can buy additional deck slots, but that's going to cost you either reputation or actual currency that you buy with real money. Just be aware of that. So I'm going to select a new deck, but I'm going to actually base this on a set of cards that have already been started. Now, for every character, you will get starter cards. As soon as you hit level 5 account, you can then start going into the immediate cards and actually building your own decks. So what I'm going to do is just have a look through my Greystone, and I'm going to build one from my intermediate deck support. So before I do, on the right there, you actually see 3 different graphs of different colors and percentages. What this is showing you is what these decks are actually going to be doing for you. So my intermediate deck for Greystone is more focused on defense rather than physical attack and rather than durability or movability. 43% of the cards are defense cards, 21% are physical attack cards, 34% are durability cards. So that just gives you a bit of an idea of what is actually involved in the pack. Going down to my actual Greystone, you can see I've changed that up because I did actually initially base it on the intermediate, but I've actually really changed things up. So going into the intermediate deck, we're going to make a pack out of that. So what we got is we've got a total amount of points we can use per card up here. So obviously we've got 38 out of 40 at the minute, so it's giving me 2 more points to use. What I'm going to do first though is I've already knocked off the mana potion and all the other bits and bobs that I don't use here. Harvester's Key I never use either, so I'm going to get rid of that one. Coming down as well, I never ever seem to run out of mana on Greystone, so this one here I'm just going to get rid of because that is literally just mana there. Lord's Key, I never unlock Harvesters, so I'll get rid of that one. And then really that's pretty much it at the minute. I want to keep all these because I would like to have a little bit of versatility and variety when I actually get into a game. So I've actually got a bit of option as to how I want to build my character. So now I've actually knocked off a load of stuff that I don't use. I've managed to save myself a lot of points, so I can come over here now and actually choose the cards I want to start building. Adamant Edge is a very good card to use, so I'm going to select that one, and then I'm going to have to select the upgrades that I want for it. Now, these upgrades are differentiated by the amount of card power required. The card power, when you're actually in the game, when you start, you have 3 card power. That will usually build your first card, and then after that you need to use card power to build additional cards or actually unlock upgrades for cards you've already unlocked. Once you've actually built 3 cards or upgraded a card with 3 other cards, then you can actually unlock a fully upgraded bonus on some cards. Like I said earlier though, keep an eye out when you're actually unlocking cards, because this will tell you at the bottom there, once you've unlocked 3 card upgrades, what the upgraded bonus actually gives you. Some of them are very powerful and you definitely want to be working towards them very quickly. So with this, I want a little bit of survivability, so I'm going to pick Divine Health. That gives me 300 additional health there. Plus, as well, I want to be doing a fair amount of damage, so I'm going to choose 2 major strikes, and that's it for my Adamant Edge. I'm going to chuck that on there, and there it is there, ready and rocking. I've still got 7 points to use up here, so we've still got a bit of room to actually get some stuff going. So I've already set up my Flash Fire Piston, which is going to be the first card I use in the game, as it only cost me 2 points to actually unlock, and it gives me physical damage and attack speed. But as it's only taken up 2 of the 3 card points I get when I first unlock or first get into a game, I can actually straight away upgrade it with a minor strike card as well, as that only cost me the 1 point, and that even further buffs my physical damage right off the bat at the start of the game, which takes a lot of people by surprise actually. It's definitely worth doing if you've got a flash fire piston. Definitely get this card going because it's very useful beginning part of the game. So going through, I'm having a look through and seeing all the unique passives on the cards, seeing what's actually going to benefit me the most. At the minute with Greystone, I find building him with physical damage, attack speed, then survivability, so your health and your physical defense. If you need to, then energy defense as well against magic users. After that, I would usually go for crit chance, and then with the Blade of Agora, which I will be unlocking now, I can actually, with this passive, it gives me a 50% bonus to my crit, which is a huge bonus. I think the crit bonus is 100%, so you hit him for twice as much you usually would with every crit. Another 50%, and if you're attacking really quick, that does a huge amount of damage. So again, I'm going to select 3 upgrades for this one, 3 major strikes, link and add them, and there it is over there. We're getting very close to the 40 now, so I've just got to be aware of that. What I haven't done so far, though, is actually look through the cards that I've still got here and just kind of change these up a bit. Just have a look to see actually if there is anything better in the actual card upgrades itself. This one's pretty well set up, which you'll probably find is the case. Most of the cards that are already set up for you will probably already have chosen the best upgrades for you, but it's definitely worth just having a look through and just making sure. With this one, for instance, I would prefer to have that, then 200 health, 10% cooldown reduction, a huge amount of cooldown reduction. So, one thing to be aware, and just a tip for you really, which kind of did catch me short a few times, is as you can tell, a lot of these cards are going to have 2, 3 or 4 pointers, 5s usually as well, and maybe a couple of 1s, but generally after building the actual card and then all the upgrades themselves, you are going to be going above the 60 card points that you can unlock in a full match. Be aware of that, because that can catch you short. So you could be building towards something and then you've run out of card power, so you need to sacrifice something else to actually get it. So once you've actually got into a game, kind of have an idea of how you're going to build a character. You'll obviously get that through experience of playing them, and then you kind of know how many points you need at a certain time, and then what you can actually build and how much it's going to cost you and how much it's going to leave you with as well. Just a bit of a tip for you there. Now if you do get right to the end of the game and you've got 10 points left, you do have 3 cards you can choose from, which are actual 10-pointer cards. Usually it's already chosen the best one for you, but there is a couple of other ones. So Touch Thieves and Fist of Kings for Greystone. There's also an Arc Magus one, or Arc Magus, so a magic one. Have a look at what they're actually going to give you, because the Fist of Kings is actually a massively beneficial one. Although it does cost a lot of points, it is very beneficial. So just have a play around with it. But have a look at my top tip starter guide as well for Paragon, because I'm actually going to give you a few tips in there which you can use in conjunction with this guide. So then guys, thank you very much for watching. I've tried to give you as much detail as I can, but without overloading you with detail. Now the system does look very, very strange, scary in fact, but once you get into it, once you start using it, it is very easy, and does become quite apparent how easy it is. Once you go through, set up your characters and all the rest of it, you can really make your characters an unstoppable force if you've managed to set them up correctly. Come through, you're probably going to be visiting this a lot though, especially as you're unlocking more and more cards through the game. Keep coming back to your deck builder, building it up, changing it up, making sure, or just changing things to make sure it always works out for you. If you're finding one game that you're getting absolutely torn a new asshole because you haven't got enough health, come in here, change a couple of the cards around, give yourself a bit more health, a bit more physical damage, a bit more energy damage reductions. Likewise, if you're finding that you're attacking once every, I don't know, 5 seconds because your attack speed is so slow. Come in here, change a few cards around, just make sure you get your attack speed up, all the rest of it. You want to be building a balanced character, but you want to be building towards a certain thing. So Greystone, the best way I've found of building him is by having him more damaging than survivable. However, I'm going to go more into depth in that in an actual Greystone character guide for you and what I found works for him. Thank you very much for watching though, guys. I hope this has cleared a few things up for you. If it has, please give me a like, drop me a subscribe, all the lovely fan doobie-tastic stuff like that, and I will love you forever. Thanks very much for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.